From your Startup screen, click on Open, browse to your Chapter 12 folder, and open the file Chapter 12 Piping Systems. In this exercise, we're going to create a sanitary system and a hot and cold water system. From the Level 1 piping plan, scroll into the south side of the building. In previous exercises, we've seen that we can select an element and create piping systems. We can do exactly the same if we group all the objects in one hit. Do a selection window around the objects where I want to create a system. If the Create Systems option doesn't appear, click on Filter and filter just for plumbing fixtures. I can now create piping systems. At this point, I'll go for sanitary. Let's call it Level 1, South, Waste. Click on OK. The system now takes on the colour from the systems that were defined in our project browser. Let's repeat that. If I right-click and select Previous, I'll pick up my previous selection set, but in this case I've selected the sanitary system rather than the objects themselves. So I'll do my selection window again. Repeat the filter, just go for plumbing fixtures, and create systems. Domestic cold water, Level 1, South, cold water, or CWS. Click on OK. Notice how the objects have turned black. This can have one of two meanings. Either they're not connected to any system, or they're connected to multiple systems. Finally, I'm going to go for the domestic hot water. At this point, I'm going to select one of the plumbing fixtures, click on Create Systems, use the domestic hot water, give it a name, Level 1, South, domestic hot water, and this time I'm going to open in the system editor, and I'm going to add to the system. I'll add the other two sinks. Notice that we now have a warning. I've selected an element that is already part of another system. They will be removed from the original system and added to this one. In a previous exercise, we drew a pipe from the hot water connection. That automatically added this sink to a default piping system. Once completed, I can click on Finish Editing System. Let's just remove the Properties palette, click on View, and go to my system browser so I can check the systems that I've just created. The systems are set to piping. I can expand these to see domestic cold water. There's my domestic cold water, Level 1 South, my domestic hot water. There's my Level 1 South with the elements, and my sanitary system, Level 1 South Waste.